Welcome back to Election Decides 2023. I know you've been enjoying it, we've been enjoying it as well. There have been a lot of intrigues and surprises from different angles. Who is winning, who is losing, we don't know yet. With me in the studio today, I have a familiar face, Lukman. Lukman has been here since morning. And joining us in the studio is the man from the field, Segun Odunayo. Segun, how was it today?
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Alfred. Good afternoon to you, Lukman. Good afternoon to our viewers, wherever you're watching us from. It was really beautiful on the streets of Lagos. Because I covered Lagos, I covered the polling unit of the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Sorry, Segun. Before we go into, because you are still going to give us a lowdown of your experience today. I know a lot of surprises and intrigues from different corners. But then let us just run through our website, the top stories, so that a lot of our readers and viewers will be abreast of the situation. I read it first. Nigeria election 2023. APC floors PDP, NNPP, LP at Shetima's polling unit. Voters protest Warri South Pole, cancellation at INEC Secretariat. INEC moves voting in Bayelsa to Sunday, Edo to March 11. Breaking, thugs destroy ballot boxes in Ogun governor's hometown. Tinubu floors Obi in Obasanjo's polling unit. So we have a lot of these stories on our website, so you can follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also do well to check our website for the full stories, punch.ng.com. Segun.
Yeah.
The results are coming in.
Yeah.
We've seen the results from Lagos.
Yeah.
Results from Ogun.
Yeah.
And the anticipation of the KKK state. And by KK state, I mean the Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina, the northern state generally. So what is the tempo? What did you say today?
Let me start, of course, from the state with the highest number of registered voters. At first, the first thing that I noticed on the streets of Lagos was the apathy. It was very loud. It was crystal clear. It struck me like sunlight.
What do you mean by
this? You could see clearly.
What do you mean by that?
Voter apathy. By voter apathy, I mean in polling units, large polling units, the people that came out to vote were in their teens. And I heard a lot of people saying, well, it's probably because people are coming to vote and they are going back home. And I said, this is not my first time covering elections in Lagos. We know what the atmosphere is like in Lagos. You cast your vote, most people sit around with their neighbors.
So which side of Lagos are we talking about?
It's everywhere in Lagos. Everywhere in Lagos. The voter apathy, you know. Okay, let's take Tinubu's polling unit for a very good example. Polling unit, registered voters in his polling unit were 324. Guess the number of persons that came out to vote?
How many?
44.
But Tinubu was there and people were there in droves. We saw the clip. Look, man, we were in the studio when the clip came in, and we saw it. It was like, and he was trying to even tell the followers that calm down.
This is the big question. Were those individuals that are running around this car, that are running around the voters? The only thing that counts in a democracy are your votes, not your English, not your suits, not your fine glasses, but your votes. And the people did come out. Of course, even with the apathy, they came out. I'm really pissed with I won't call it a pockets of violence because
no. Before we go to violence,
but there was voter apathy.
Going to voter apathy, you know, we discussed earlier about the election turnout in 2019. We had slightly above 30% turnout, and this is quite interesting because these people, you know, they don't come out. People don't turn out at all. But what Segun is telling us from the field is that people came out and they didn't vote. So what do you think would have motivated that? You said you mentioned that some people came out. I mean, when we talked about people that came in large
that was an example from Tinubu's polling unit, where I said, you said people were following him.
Okay,
so what happened? I said they were following him.
So they came out.
But those individuals or those people, that crowd you see,
did you engage any of them?
They were not people you could engage.
What do you mean by that?
They were not in the mood for such engagement.
Okay.
They were in the mood for euphoria. They were already in a celebratory mood. And
So
when you tried to corner,
they were the polling unit where Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu voted.
yeah.
But most of them, are you saying they are not registered voters?
It must have meant they were either not registered voters or they were registered voters who did not vote.
Lukman, what do you say to this? Because this is quite interesting for me.
Well, I think it's surprising, I must say. I was not expecting that from Lagos State. I expected that people would come out in their thousands to, cast their vote. But it's surprising. And until Segun just mentioned it, I didn't anticipate that kind of report, because I saw videos online. People were out there. There were social media posts. So I thought it was going to be everybody voting, but it's surprising, really.
You mean look at okay? Let's look at results coming in from other places, and you compare. You have to compare the registered voters with the total number of votes,
Yeah.
and then you will see that the difference is clear. That is for voter party in Lagos now. In Lagos. I don't, of course, I was not in other places. We're only getting reports, but in Lagos, the numbers on the field was not equal. Was not living up to the numbers on paper. So now it depends on. It's not about. The funny thing is when people are saying top 5, top something states. It's not about the number of states.
Because Lagos has
it's
6 million voters.
They have the highest, over 6.2 million, followed by Kano with 5.55, I guess.
I think it's slightly above 5 million.
Yes, but over the years, Kano voters and voters from the KKK, even though they are not up to Lagos, they come out, they vote, and most times they vote in one particular direction. So you will feel the heat come from it.
So thank you so much, Segun. Pocket of violence now, because a lot of people have come out to say that the election was largely peaceful. I watched the interaction of the vice presidential candidate of the PDP with Pressman earlier, and he was saying that this is a peaceful election, everything is going as planned.
He was probably talking about his state.
His state, but what did you witness in Lagos?
Of course, it's all over social media. Look at the woman just look at Oshodi Solo.
Can you identify the people that perpetrated this?
I'm not a security agent.
No, probably your interaction.
There is no way you can perpetrate evil from persons who are in a maxed world. Because if you are so confident and sure of yourself, I don't really think you will go to a polling unit where people are. In the past, a polling unit is a place where Lukman will come, Alfred will come, we will come, we will cast our vote, we will sit down, and be eating granuts and popcorn. I don't know if you are getting it. It's supposed
to be water.
Do you get it? And all of us will be, there will be lots of banter. But look at what happened. There was no banter. In certain places, I got reports from my friends that were voting in Oshodi Solo. One of them was telling me, we are going to vote one way. My own sister, as at 5 p.m., they were still on the queue. No, the INEC officials that came, they couldn't vote for many reasons, the beavers, whatever. But as at 5 p.m., is it 5? As at this evening in Lagos, they had not voted. And that was not one. I had many people that were sending messages, what's going on, we can't vote. Some people here have come to, it was for a city like Lagos. That was terrible. That was bad.
Yes,
that's interestingly, violence was not from Lagos alone.
Yes,
we saw
Kogi.
From Kogi. I was seeing something that was happening in Enugu as well. I saw something on social media. One thing about social media is very funny. It can be tricky. It can be untrue. Yeah. I mean, most times.
Don't let us dwell on that, Mr. Talking about Kogi now, Mr. Abolade. What does that portend for us? Because I saw a clip. I don't know how original it is because like I said, age of social media, anything is shared without verifying if it is true or not. But we saw that ballot boxes were snatched. I think we've graduated from this level.
Well, I must say that there's a particular question that we asked here yesterday that we'll ask again. 404,000 security personnel enough for an election where you are expecting 87 million voters?
Even the voters are not coming out.
Exactly. He said they are not coming out. But that's in Lagos State.
Because
in Kogi?
Sorry to cut in. In Ondo, the state governor mentioned the same thing that
there was voter
low
I think
voter
the Kaduna
turnout.
State governor too said there was low voter turnout.
Voter turnout. So it brings us back to apathy. Is it that the INEC is not working enough? I mean, I see a lot of campaigns, a lot of jingles, but don't let us just move away from that. Let's go back to violence. Well,
Yes. So on violence, I must say that the security agencies need to do more. Really, most especially during the upcoming gubernatorial elections, because when you look at it, people need to be assured that when they come out to cast their votes, they will be safe. Now, looking at the events that the events that have occurred today, you understand that it might create an atmosphere of fear in the people to come out to vote during the gubernatorial election. So it's really not a good thing. It's not a good thing to see. Really, it's not.
So now we just hope that the security agents will be able to, stay on top of the situation and make sure this does not repeat itself in the governorship election. Hopefully, Shegun, the cash crunch, President Muhammadu Buhari, in his address, mentioned that the redesign of the Naira notes and the swap that we've been having is to curb vote buying. Today, did you see any act of vote buying?
Interestingly, believe you me, I didn't see one single act of vote buying. You know why it's unusual? The last few states elections that we covered, the singular elections, Ekiti, Oshun, this, that, you could smell it, you could see it, you could see people writing names, you could see things happening. But this was an election, I guess perhaps because this was Lagos and they say they are sophisticated voters. I think about 90% of people that came out, or the number that came out, knew what they wanted. They had an idea in their head as regards the polling unit, as regards who they were going to vote for. But I think if we are being honest, you probably have to give kudos to
the federal government,
Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, for this policy as regards vote buying. We'll have gotten videos littered on social media already by this time.
You know why I raised that?
It looks quite sane.
In Ekiti, Lukman, you were in Ekiti. Despite the heavy security presence, people devised means of buying votes.
Yes.
So, people, every situation in Nigeria is just a test of creativity. So we are thinking that maybe there'll be another creative method. Because I saw a clip online and people are alleging that people, instead of buying votes now, they give them souvenirs at the polling unit, which according to the Electoral Act is not legal.
Well, for me, really, of course, you commended the federal government for that initiative on
Do you
vote
think
buying.
the federal government did well?
Yes, I think they did their part. Yes, I think they did their part. But also, we must commend the people. Why? Is because I saw a video clip just about 2 hours ago of some voters saying, looks like this person wants to start buying votes here. And all of them were against him. So they came out with a voice to say, come, we are not, you don't buy.
Participation played a role.
Exactly. So the federal government policy and then the interest of the people as well were able to, work together to ensure that there was no vote buying at that particular polling unit. And yes, it's a good thing for us as Nigerians. It's a good thing for our democracy, really.
Yeah, that's interesting. We just hope that things keep getting better and not go the other way around. I don't know if you're aware of a particular tweet. I don't know if those in the situation room or the control room will help us mainstream this, of a particular presiding officer that was canvassing votes for a candidate.
I think she was.
Shegun, you know I'm bringing this up because I am aware that INEC conducts trainings for these people. Before, they don't just deploy them to the field, they conduct training for them. So what do you think went wrong?
That was wrong. She was probably carried away by her emotions. She was working for an organization that was serving as the umpire. She was supposed to stay neutral. And we all know that was wrong. Of course, you could see people belonging to various parties lashing onto that. I think she was probably just misguided. She was probably a naive corps member. That was totally wrong. I saw more than one tweet from her saying things that shouldn't be coming from somebody that is serving in a body that is the umpire, and condemnable, completely condemnable. It was wrong. I would condemn it in the same light, or even in lesser light than the violence, because that is those are people's parents. Those are people's sons. Look at the young man that was reported to have been killed in Kogi State. That is somebody's brother.
That's unfortunate.
That is probably somebody's. We don't know if it's somebody's.
Because
dad.
we don't need to go back. We don't have to keep retrogressing. We need to be progressing. Look, man, because talking about, what that lady did, the presiding officer, do you think INEC's silence on this is also helping matters? Up till now, INEC has not released a statement because INEC cannot tell us they don't know this lady. Maybe it has not been brought to their attention.
Yes, we could probably assume so, because that was a very serious issue, and it can bring in a situation where people do not trust what the INEC says or whatever she eventually declares in that polling unit, because they will easily say that, see, come, we know where you belong, and you are not supposed to take sides. You are supposed to ensure that there's a free and fair process, let the people vote, and then you announce whatever it is the result is. So yes, INEC should come out to condemn that act and ensure that it educates the core members or any other of its officials to ensure that this does not repeat itself.
Are you also talking about a chance to reprimand? Do you think there should be a reprimand?
Well, they should. What they will have to do is look at their laws. If a particular official of the INEC exactly does that, what is to be done? You don't just come up with a particular
freelancing for them.
Exactly. So you don't just
even though it's, of course,
we could also look at the NYSC itself.
Conduct.
Yes, does NYSC permit?
Because I know the NYSC does not force you. They don't force you.
Because if you do not want to be a part of the elections, you can say I do not.
So is there any, contractual agreement between these people and the INEC saying that maybe I pledge to abide by the rules set aside by INEC?
I was not. I didn't work for INEC while I was serving.
Okay.
But I guess there will be something like that.
Okay. That's it from them. We still have more coming, because after this break, Segun will be going into the results proper, because the results are coming in, and we won't allow our viewers to miss out on this. So stay tuned as we go on this commercial break. Thank you.
And after the fixing, I don't know whether the money that they actually input into the ATM machines were not much or so. Not up to 10 people have even withdrawn now, and they are telling us that money has finished. In my own view, I think this is like kind of a punishment to we, the lower class of society. We can't use money for basic amenities. To use damn phone now, I don't think a conductor will collect transfer. You can't buy tomato, you can't buy pepper, even ordinary pure water. You have money in your account and still be suffering again. I don't know, it's God that will suffer, that will guide us in this country. Well, in my own view, I think what would have been done best was to subtly phase out the old notes and while introducing the new notes, in a way that until the new notes are fully in circulation and the old notes are already out, that's when all these things can happen. But instead of this one, that they are giving a specific kind of deadline as to when old notes should be brought into the banks, and a certain period of time that the new notes are given in circulation. And the funny part again of it is that most of these new notes, again, on social media, you will see people spraying bundles of it at parties. So is it that there are some privileged few that are privy to this particular money, or what? Or they are more Nigerian than us, that we can't have access to such money? Our own money again, that is needed for us to use to run day-to-day activities. Some people now can't go to work. Some people can't pay salaries. Maybe those that have people on site, people that are paying people on site, that they need cash to pay their workers. How are they going to do that? There's no money in circulation. Fuel, you can see queues on the road. Fuel is not in circulation. They lock filling stations. Do they want us to suffer and die in the country like that while still being alive? Or because I don't know. Well, I'm just hoping that things will get better within it. Because if things don't get better next week or till the following week now, we might start laying siege to banks. That's the truth.
Concerning the trend that is currently going on pertaining to money policy, it's a very good policy because we are long overdue for this, but the time frame is not too good, as I will put it. It's not right for us to use this window, this short window, to cover it. But as it is now, we just need to forge ahead. The Central Bank of Nigeria need to re-look into the policy of adjusting the time frame. If it will happen in the future, this will be a learning point for them, a call for them to succeed. But the effect on the masses now is people have been compelled to bring their money to the bank, and to take it out has been a problem. A lot of people go naked before they can even get 5,000 naira. Why the politicians outside there can just get the money by just bringing their money to the bank premises and taking the cash. And the government policy is that the money should be deposited in the account for them to retrace that money to where it's supposed to belong to. The issue is, negative part of it is that people are now agitating that they want to go into revolution. We don't know how they are going to do it. Government should come back to their senses that masses are feeling this effect. They are feeling the impact of this policy. To address it at the larger part of it, yes, but the time frame is very bad, very awkward. That is the language I'm going to use, very awkward. The president of the Nigeria need to sit with the president of the governor of Central Bank, sorry to say, that they should readjust it. I think that's what I will say. Thank you so much.
I've been here for the past since 8:30. I've been here trying to get money, and it hasn't been easy. Because I know that throughout last week, it wasn't easy getting out. Even to eat was a problem. I don't even know what to do, but the government need to do something because we can't continue like this. You cannot put your money in the bank and you're coming to work as if you are begging to survive. It's very discouraging. I don't even know, right now they're even fighting to collect money. I'm not even sure I will collect money from this ATM today. The government should do something. This is
we are suffering in this country. Now I was there, let me say, 5 hours. Now to withdraw money, I cannot withdraw money. The little money my boss paid into my account, I cannot withdraw the money. We are suffering. I don't have gas at home. We cannot cook. We cannot go to church. We cannot go to work. No money. We in Nigeria, we are suffering. We are begging our government that should intercede. We are soliciting so that we can travel. There's scarcity.
Welcome back, our viewers. I remain my humble self, Alfred Olufemi, from the stable of Punch newspaper. We still have more for you, and it's not over until it's over. Let's quickly go through our top stories today, and you have to read the rest. I mean, I will just read out the headlines, and now you have to read the rest on our website, punchng.com. Nigeria election 2023. I'm reading now. APC floors. NBA decries BVA's challenges. The Nigerian Bar Association coming out to talk about the BVA's challenges. Voters protest worry South Pole cancellation at INEC Secretariat. INEC moves voting in Bayelsa. I think we've discussed that earlier. We have more of these stories on our website. So, Shegun,
yes, sir.
The results are coming in,
yeah.
And some people are saying it's not favorable, and to some, they are jubilating already.
I think it's almost.
Is it Uru yet?
No. The Nigerian election is not it's a marathon, not a sprint. You can't give the Usain Bolt style and then expect to win. It doesn't work that way. I doubt we've seen. We've not that I doubt we've seen. We've not seen states being announced. I mean, this state goes here, this state goes here. We are just seeing various results are coming in from Lagos, and I would say that it is quite shocking. Shocking in the sense that the APC are lost or are losing in many places that you probably would think they shouldn't be losing. Look at what happened at Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's polling unit himself. Below 20% of voters came, and even from that is not the result from that place is not looking like the result of a presidential candidate. In the past, we used to see for many presidential candidates, you see 150 or 2 something to 5. Look around Lagos. Look at the results. Oshodi, Isolo, pockets from Iyana-Ipaja, from my native mayor, places where naturally you would consider them to be a home advantage for the ruling or Progressives Congress. It wasn't panning out the way they expected. Even places that they were winning in tens. They were not confident with the results that
Are you talking about the margin now?
The margin, I know that at a point, of course, everybody knew that the Labour Party was a force, was a third force. We talked about it yesterday. But in the actual sense of the results, to political observers, to political strategists, to people who understand political history, I know to an extent many people will be surprised. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm sure people that had won will probably think, "Oh wow, we dreamt about it, but it is coming to reality." And I think it's good for our democracy. It shows that Lagos people have decided to go with the times. The times in the sense that you cannot beat a child and tell the child not to cry.
I'm still coming back to that. Look, man, in 2019, we had a case where President Muhammadu Buhari lost one of the places believed to be a stronghold. I mean, the Aso Villa. But all the leading candidates now have won their political, their polling units. What do you say to that? Because, for instance, to give you the figures, Obi won its polling unit with nil for the APC and also nil for the People's Democratic Party. Also in Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but the LP got, I think, eight. So what do you say to that? Is that not surprising? Because sometimes people expect that politicians are not able to hold their own stronghold, even when they are strong out there, their home base, they tend to lose it.
Really, I would not. I don't completely agree with Segun here, because I think that you can't call it yet. You can't call it.
I agree.
We still have
results we have seen so far. They are shocking in nature.
I wouldn't say that they're actually shocking, because when you look at the campaigns of these parties, most especially Peter Obi and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos State, then that should have sent a signal that it's going to be much more competitive than it had always been.
Let me go to Segun. Segun, yesterday, while on the show, you predicted that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Peter Obi are going to slug out Lagos. How is that panning out now?
Yes, I predicted a tough show yesterday, but
is it still tough?
It is crystal clear that it is tough. That's what I keep saying.
So tough in favor of who?
I mean, for the ruling party now. I'm talking from that angle, because of course they are the ruling party. The underdogs are meant to be Labour Party and Peter Obi. So most times you feel that the ruling party, they have the experience, they have the exposure, they are used to the voters. The voters, I mean, they understand. They speak the same language. You can communicate to your voters. Your voters know how to respond back to you with their ballot on election day. But somehow it looks like Peter Obi has spoken a language that many persons are understanding. And because Lagos is believed to be cosmopolitan, Lagos is believed to be a place where everybody lives. I mean, not just a place for a particular tribe. But look at the results coming out so far. From places that they are not winning, it's close. I mean, Lagos-wise is quite close. You won't naturally expect that to happen. So it means that a lot of persons are probably buying it.
No, wait. Still on Lagos. Yeah. You mentioned about how Lagos is cosmopolitan, and we have the two sides of Lagos. We have the mainland and we have the highland. You were on Lekki today. Lekki today. Yeah. Yes. So what are Lekki is believed to be the elitist part of Lagos. Yeah. So what are the elites saying?
They were organized. Those guys bought themselves food. They came in their fine clothes. They were under canopies. with their sunglasses, with their beards like yours, some bigger than yours, beautiful women, handsome men, sitting, waiting for their turn.
Let's talk about their voting pattern.
Yeah, sitting, waiting for their turn to just go to the to cast their ballot. Interestingly, none of them from those places we visited, none of them left. They sat there
and monitor their vote,
waiting for the results to be announced.
And that's quite strange. Not the Lagos we used to.
Interestingly, most times on the island we have voter party. On the mainland, in places that are considered to be traditional stronghold of the APC, you have people coming out. It was like
so now the reverse is the case.
Exactly, it was like a swap of identities.
Well, the results are still coming in. Nobody can say who is winning or who is losing at the moment. But then, Segun, okay, Lukman, let's talk about what happened in Ogun State. Reports getting to us now is saying that Obi lost in Obasanjo's polling.
That he lost is not news. I don't think that's news.
Yeah,
but
he lost in you not get a vote in Obasanjo's polling unit. That's quite shocking because despite the strong-worded letter.
Well, when I saw the reports...
sorry, let me also note that we had invalid votes in that polling unit. So,
I wouldn't say if the vote of the former president Olusegun Obasanjo was invalid or not. I wouldn't know, but I was surprised because Obasanjo was quite vocal about his position. He wrote a long letter to say, "Come on, this is the man." Exactly, yes. This is the man that we want, that I want to support. And you know, as a stakeholder and as a former president, there were some people who would, of course, listen to him, but the fact that Obi did not even have a single vote.
So are you suggesting that the former president didn't vote for his preferred candidate?
I wouldn't know, but it can be just it can be one of two things. Probably the former president did not vote Obi, or his vote was invalid.
Segun, do you agree with that?
We don't know. A couple of things could have happened.
Are you saying the former president is not influential in his polling unit?
There's a strong possibility that his vote was probably one of the invalid votes, or he did not vote for Obi, or he was not at the polling unit. So I think
he was at the polling unit. He voted.
That's why I'm saying that it was one of the three options. So if you take the option out, it clearly means if he was not invalid, he decided to show Peter Obi love with his mouth, but decided to probably show another party love with his tongue.
So before we call it a day, Segun, I think this brings us to the bigger question of endorsement. You know, in the build-up before the election, a lot of people come out and say, this is the person I'm supporting. This is the candidate I think you people should back. Do you think endorsement, particularly by former president and former stakeholders, so to say, former elder statesmen, is it overrated?
Alfred, Nigerians are weary. Alfred, from the look of things, you could see, I'm using Lagos as an example now. It shows that Alfred, people just want a better life. Nigerians are not asking for too much.
So are you saying they want APC out?
Look at the pains Nigerians have gone through. We are journalists. We've covered some of these things. We've seen pictures. We've seen videos. We interviewed a young man that was shot in...
Segun, by better life, what do you mean?
Nigerians want to eat. Nigerians want a job. Nigerians don't want to... Look, interestingly, our job puts us out there on the streets. The young man that was shot because he went to the ATM in Abeokuta in that viral video, that man was not a thug. That man was not a criminal. We interviewed
and the police are still conducting investigations by the way. They are yet to come out.
Look at, I am so sure you do not have cash with you at the moment that is probably worth 5,000-10,000.
Do you?
We have been doing,
I wouldn't want to admit to that on the show.
I know persons, myself included,
I wouldn't want to admit to that on the show.
Very many failed transfers.
But Segun, don't forget. I'm saying is
I'm just saying that
endorsement
Nigerians
from former presidents.
My brother, if anybody endorses anything, and life is happening in local partners now, it's happening to many people. See, you don't have to show capacity.
So are you saying they are not influential?
You don't have to. You just sit down there and you point and people will go with you. Nigerians, human beings generally are not so difficult to rule. What they want is, let's live fine. To understand, let's be okay.
Look, it appears Segun is trying to cut the corners, but before the election, we had reports of people going to Mina to see the former head of state, Ibrahim Babangida, and other statesmen, Yakubu Gowon, a lot of people moving around the country. Do you also believe, share Segun's opinion that these endorsements are overrated?
Well, I think that what we first need to look at is how far can an endorsement take you? Will it have any effect? Yes. Because, of course, when you see some of these candidates visit the former presidents or elder statesmen, their supporters rejoice that, hey, see, come on, this person has just endorsed our candidate. So, yes, I think that there's some sort of effect that it would have. But, as Segun rightly said, people actually want something better than what they currently have. They want, if you are endorsing a particular candidate that the people do not believe in or have failed the people before, yes, there is a serious possibility that they would not listen to you. So you look at the endorsement, you look at the person being endorsed as well. So if the right person, for them, to a particular supporter, if the right person is endorsing the right person, then it clicks, and if not, it fails. So that's how I see it.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. On our website, we have a latest update, which is Nigeria elections 2023, still on the elections. Borno residents blame voter apathy on cashless policy. We may not have the time to discuss that on the show. The results are coming in, expectations high. A lot of people winning, a lot of people losing their mind, they lose in the poll, they lose everywhere, and others are winning too. We'd like you to stay on our website for more updates, punchng.com, and we'll also be here to give you live updates as it comes. Don't go anywhere, stay glued. Before I leave, I need to appreciate the men behind the camera. Shout out to Bode, shout out to Sulaiman, our super duper producer, Femi Daudu. Really appreciate you. So don't tune in to any other place. Stay on punchng.com. Till next time.